Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel. So I had the privilege of going to BOOKCON in New York City this past weekend. So today I just kind of wanted to talk about my experience and kind of discuss, was it worth it to drive all the way to New York City and spend gas money and spend hotel fare and all that stuff, and what the convention was as a whole and my experience and everything. I previously haven't really been a booktube channel, but I kind of definitely want to add more books to my channel because reading is such an important part of my life and always has been, and it's kind of not really represented on my channel. I feel like I'm talking really fast, so I'm sorry if I am. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to delve into things and talk about kind of the pros and cons of my experience at BOOKCON, because there was a lot of things I did enjoy and there was a lot of things that really frustrated me about BOOKCON. So today I'm just going to be, I don't know why I'm clapping so much. Today I'm just going to be going into it. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. So I guess first I will talk about the things that I really enjoyed about BOOKCON. So first of all, it was absolutely amazing to see pretty much all of my favorite authors. I really would have wished Rick Riordan would have been there, but other than that, pretty much all of my favorite authors were there. Jenny Han was there, which has been my favorite author for God knows how long. I absolutely fell in love with her Summer I Took Pretty series, and then To All the Boys I've Loved Before I loved as well. Those have been like kind of staples in my top 5 favorite book series, so I was absolutely stunned to see Jenny Han there because I loved her for so long. I did go to see her panel and it was amazing, and I was just so happy the entire time because it was so surreal to see her in person. I also got to see Maggie Stiefvater, the author of The Raven Cycle. That is also one of my top 2 favorite books ever. I love that series, and I'm so excited about the Dreamer series that's coming out in November based on Ronan Lynch from The Raven Cycle. I'm so excited. I saw the cover and I was like, oh, is that a raven? And I was like, oh no, it's a hawk. Or is it a raven? Oh my god, it is the book I want. Oh, crazy. I don't know what I'm saying. Oof. Recently I've just finished the Red Queen series, so I got to see Victoria Aveyard, which was really cool in itself because I literally just finished it like a couple days before BOOKCON, so I was already hyped on that. I will talk about Red Queen later in the part I didn't like of BOOKCON, but we'll get to that later. There was also a lot of resources for writers. There was a ton of publishers there, so I probably could have made connections if I wanted to. I was kind of in more fan mode than in writing mode. This BOOKCON was honestly so inspiring to me. I've been writing stories for God knows how long. I just found kind of my old writing on my mom's computer, and it was so surreal just to like read what I used to write. And I was like writing on Wattpad when I was in like 9th grade in high school, and I'm a senior in college now, so it's kind of like I've been writing for forever. I've never actually finished a book or even gotten kind of remotely close to finishing a book, but this made me want to be a published author. My 2 friends and I are working on like 2 separate different books, co-writing, and I'm so excited about those. I also went to a self-publishing panel that was really informative about the self-publishing process and how you can get it out to different booksellers. What else did I enjoy? I got to see John Cena. That was really fun. We watched him read his children's book about monster trucks. I don't actually know the title of it, but that was fun in itself. What else? There were so many cool vendors there that had all of their stuff that you could buy. I didn't actually buy anything, even though I really would have liked to, because I haven't gotten paid yet and I have like less than $100 in my bank account, so we are struggling. But so yeah, I couldn't actually buy anything, which made me really sad because I wanted to support the smaller businesses there, but I couldn't. I spent all my money on just going to this event. But there were so many like free giveaways with a lot of things. There weren't like super great quality things, but like there were so many things where you could like spin a wheel and get it. I got this cute little bag that says Heart of a Boy. I think this is the title of something. I'm not really sure. It's kind of a weird saying. I don't really identify as my heart of a boy, but it's a cute bag. It's fun. I really love tote bags, and it was free, so that was exciting. I also got a free shot glass from spinning the wheel. I am not 21 and I don't drink, so that's fun. I don't really have any use for that, but maybe I will because my birthday is pretty soon. I don't know. And I guess for the free things, that kind of segues into things I didn't like about BookCon. So they did have a lot of free like giveaways, but they didn't really advertise it at all. When we were leaving, we saw like kind of a table that had a bunch of like advanced reading copies of Supernova, the third book in the Renegade series, and apparently you needed like a ticket for that, and we had no idea where you even got the tickets or anything, so that really bummed me out because I would have loved to get that, I guess. And they were giving away like free books and stuff, and we just kind of had no idea like what was happening. There were so many lines around BookCon, and there were signs that said line starts here and line ends here, but it didn't actually say what the line was for, and I felt bad like constantly asking people like, what are you in line for? Because I asked like a ton of people. I just wish it would have been labeled better. Another thing I really did not like about BookCon was they were kind of not accommodating to people like traveling in the morning. So the show itself started at 10, and most of their big events were like between the hours of 10 and 11, and I live about like 3.5 hours away from New York City, and I didn't have the money to go Friday and stay over, so we left at like 6:30 in the morning. And we still weren't there on time to get to most of the things I wanted to go to, which really sucked and made me really sad. Again with Red Queen, like I said, I just finished it, and they were doing this Red Queen party at 11:30, and it was advertised as the line starts at 11. So I was like, as long as we get there by 11, we should be good. We got there at 10:30, and it was completely booked. Like, that really bothered me because the line was advertised as starting at 11, and so I feel like they couldn't really do that, but they did, and it made me really, really upset because I really, really wanted to go. That was like kind of the reason for getting up so early and going so early, so I was really upset about that. But we moved on with our day and it was fine. Another thing that we missed in the morning was Evangeline Lilly's panel. It started at 10:30, and I absolutely have the biggest girl crush on her. She is stunning, and I wanted to hear her panel so bad. I did get to like walk by her autograph station and see her though, which was cool, but I couldn't actually like interact with her or hear her talk for any amount of time, which really made me upset, but whatever. Another thing that sucked was the autographing. You had to like reserve your autographs like 3 weeks in advance, I think, and I had no idea about this. I didn't know until about a week before when they said all the autographs were sold out, so that sucked. They were for free, but you had to reserve your tickets before, and it was just kind of not shown anywhere on their website, so I had no idea. So all my favorite authors I couldn't get because I didn't know, and it made me so sad. And I know when you're reserving the autographs, you could only choose 2 people, which I guess makes sense, just like going between all of the authors, but also they definitely could have set that up a different way. I feel like there could have been lines if they were going to make it free, or make it a little more expensive, $5 or something, to get your autograph so you wouldn't go through everyone, but also you could go to the ones you wanted on the day of. I feel like they didn't do that well, because I know some authors had slots, and once they were done, they went to like an informal area and just held like a signing there, and I don't understand. I feel like if the author was willing to sign longer, it should have just been opened up to anyone, but that's not how it worked. So I guess there was like a space issue, but there was also a huge section of the Javits Center that was completely like open, that was just kind of blocked off. So I don't know, I think they could have done the autographs a lot better. So I did not get any autographs, which made me really sad, but it was fine. There's always next year. Another thing that was so incredibly frustrating about BookCon was that their map didn't show anything. They had numbers on it, and then like even their interactive map just had numbers, and you couldn't click on it and it tells you what it is, and you couldn't like search and have it tell you where it was. You had to like go to the key and try to like find it and like max it up, and the key wasn't even by the map. It was just like a ton of pages ahead in this booklet, and the map was just so unorganized. My camera cut off, so the angle is different. I'm sorry, but I was basically just saying that I don't really understand why the map couldn't have been interactive. That really bothered me. Also, the last thing that bothered me about BookCon was that they didn't check bags, which made me kind of feel really unsafe with everything that's been going on in our country lately. You never know where or when something really bad could happen, so it kind of made me super uncomfortable that they didn't check our bags. But other than that, I was so happy with BookCon and I really enjoyed it, and even though I did have some issues with it, as a whole it just made me super inspired and warm feeling, and I'm just so excited to maybe possibly get there as an author rather than just a fan. So yeah, that was my experience at BookCon. I really hope you enjoyed me rambling about it for however long. Make sure you give this a like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more book videos in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay hydrated, stay healthy, and stay happy most of all, and I will see you next week.